is knowledge. Here at Failure is Knowledge, we empower people to become the best version of themselves by leading by example, doing what we love to do. For episode number 42, we got my special guest again. I can't remember the exact episode that he was on before, but just know this one, episode number 42, is gonna be a special one. Oliver M. Fitzpatrick, what's going on, brother?
Man, what's going on, man? I'm blessed to be here, man. How about yourself? How you doing today?
Man, I am blessed and beyond blessed. You feel me? And like I'm glad we're doing this a part two. Cause
Yeah,
man,
most definitely.
I know you done been through so much. I know you done grew so much. But
Well,
before we
I
even
see
get
the
to
I
the
see
top,
the growth with your podcast, man. It definitely it definitely has came a long way, man, from when we first had our first episode, man. So that's
yes,
always a
sir.
good thing, man, to see growth in the right trajectory, man.
And I appreciate that, bro, man. And when I tell you behind the scenes, I'll be working, bro.
Hey, that's the part that people don't like to talk about.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
know, like I heard somebody say, I can't remember who it was. I was watching this YouTube thing, and the dude was like, everyone falls in love and wants to emulate the success, like the end part.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to emulate what it took to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone wants to emulate Kobe hitting 61 points on his final game.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody realizes that Kobe Bryant was up at 2 o'clock that morning in the gym.
With two workouts.
That
Three.
same that same day.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? That
And
same day.
that's
Nobody
why I
want
like.
nobody want to do that.
No, not at all. And so before we even dive into that topic, who are you? What you do? And where you from?
Man, my name is Oliver Michael Fitzpatrick. Man, I am the owner of Indeed Regine, which is a custom bespoke suits and other garments. We do made to measure garments, custom pieces, all the way from if you want to go to the Met Gala, all the way down to if you just going to a church function or going to work or even leisure, you know. So we do it just about everything, man. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, born and
Mm-hmm.
raised on the playground where I spend most of my days.
Mm-hmm. Okay, talk your talk.
But no, no, I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, man. And man, I'm just happy to be here, man. I've been started. I started my business back in like 2013.
Yep.
So man, I've been doing this for a little while now, and I started off with doing custom bow ties. Is
Mm-hmm.
where I actually started, and then I went from there to I went to Jamulay Cameron School of Fashion Design. Um, that's here in Little Rock as well. I
Mm-hmm.
think a lot of people don't even know that school is here, but she's a wonderful person and a wonderful teacher. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even know how to actually sew. So yeah, big ups to her for real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I like the fact that you said a lot of people don't even know that it's down in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
man, how okay, before we even dive into the topic, how limited do you think the resources are in Little Arkansas? Or do you think there is more opportunities, or like what's your opinion on that?
As far as the resources, as far as dealing with my business, um, I would say that I mean now, like I'm actually a part of this program right now called the Emerge program.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Northwest Arkansas, and they have a big push fashion district type situations going on there with manufacturing companies and stuff like that. It's being pushed by the Waltons,
Mm-hmm.
so it's really dope what they got going. I'm in a part of that program, and it is very enlightening. I would say that um, those type of resources have become available over the past few years.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that not I wouldn't say specifically Little Rock, but Arkansas as a whole is trying to grow and keep their talent,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. You
Making a
know, it's
lot of
like if you think of it like in a like a professional sports term, if the states were teams,
mm-hmm.
And Arkansas has all this talent, but Arkansas also can see that a lot of people that got talent here are leaving. So we have to put something here that's gonna help me grow to what I want to do, or I'm gonna go.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? That's what you have. I mean, that's just what it is.
I
You know,
agree.
if I can't grow here, then if I want to be great and do what I want to do in life, then I'm gonna have to go somewhere where that is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I see that they're doing the work, man, as far as fashion and design and stuff like that. They're really putting the work in, man. You know, so to build more people in that field, and then
Mm-hmm.
also to sharpen the knowledge of the people that are doing it now.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. What were you about to say?
I was about to say, man, and that's incredible that you actually found the resources to help you further your career, further your journey, further your experiences. Because, like you said, there's a lot of talent in Little Rock, Arkansas,
Uh-huh.
but we as human beings or residents of Little Rock, Arkansas don't know what's out here because we're so limited. We're so small minded to where we don't know the right people. It's not our fault or necessarily our environment, but we're not exposed to what we can become. And
Yeah.
I like the fact that you actually went to a program back in 2013, went to a mastermind, went to like a seminar or a conference, and actually invested in yourself. And when we started this podcast, bro, you was talking about how people don't like the journey, people don't like the process, people just want to make the last shot. But little do you
Mm-hmm.
know, like you said, Kobe put so much time in that in his work. Not
Mm-hmm.
just Kobe. If you really want to keep it a book,
Yeah.
Kobe, LeBron, Michael, you feel me? Ray Allen,
Every
Steph,
and every
you know.
person that's doing anything in professional sports at
Yep,
a high level, it don't matter if they paying what's that game where they be throwing a frisbee in the woods and they be
I know what you're
hitting
talking about.
into dude. It
Yeah, I don't
takes
know the
time
name of
to
it,
do
but I know what
that.
you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just be amazed watching that. I be like, bro, how do you do that? You
Yep.
know, but shit, that's repetition. That's work. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you want to be great at, man, you're gonna have to have repetition and do it over and over again, and just have an insane work ethic about it.
Mm, mm. Can that be trained? Can that be taught?
Actually, I believe that can be taught. It takes accountability.
Hmm.
Um, I think that it definitely takes accountability. But what I would say is, if that's the only thing that you have as far as the repetition and and going to work and working hard on it, if that's the
Hmm.
only thing that you have, you will be good. But if you don't have a passion and love for it, you will not be great.
Hmm.
And that's just real. You know what I'm saying?
And I
Because
agree.
like the people that are great at things, like when you listen to them talk about what it is that they're great at, like have you ever listened to Tom Brady talk about football?
Yeah, yeah.
It ain't nothing else.
Hmm.
His wife know that, his
Hmm.
kids know that, his mama know that, his dad know that. Bro, it's nothing else. That's why that man retired and went right back in 3 months. Cause he loved it.
Hmm.
And he is good.
Bro.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like when you love something like that, man, and you put the work in for it, man, and like, cause there gonna be some days, bro, where you just gonna be like, bro, what the heck? Like, ain't
yeah.
nothing going right, man. I done had this. I got a big order coming in. They didn't call. They canceled on me. Now I owe this to pay this bill for my business, and now I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm gonna get it. Like those type of things actually happen. And if you don't love what you do, bro, you are gonna stop and give up.
Hmm.
That's just real. You
I
know,
agree.
and so like you got to be able to fall in love with the journey, man. Like and know that there is going to be adversities.
Hmm.
Like I think I said this last time, man, that a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor.
Break that down. Break that down.
And like what I mean by that is like when you're a sailor and you are in the sea and you are, and you know what I'm saying, you're a sailor, you learning to be a sailor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If the sea is calm, how do you know what to do when there's a storm? If the
And
whole time you've been on this ocean and sailing, you ain't never had the water do
you never
anything.
had to.
You ain't never had to get it. You ain't never had to get it together. You ain't never had to go and run them things down and
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, to get that wind calling in a certain direction, and you ain't had to do none of that. But when the time came, you weren't prepared.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have things that happen and you have to get over this, like, not only does that make you better at your craft, but it does something to your confidence. And that's also another key to success. Is
Mm-hmm.
like my dad tells me all the time, man, hard work breeds confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you work hard at something, you know you good at it. You can't tell me I'm not good at this, bro. I spent thousands of hours perfecting this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can't tell me that what I'm doing is not dope. I know it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And the special part about what you're speaking from experience. You're speaking from actual pain because, bro, I guarantee people that's want to start believing themselves, start their journey, or see success. People just look at money. When I started my journey, bro, I was
mm-hmm,
like, man, I'm gonna make it. So I started in August. By September, I was like, I'm gonna make $1 million, bro. Are you serious? You feel me? Like, I mean, just that's just the concept that I was thinking. I'm like, everybody's making the money, everybody's making money. What am I doing wrong? If they can do it, I can do it too.
yeah,
But like you said, it's about the passion, about your what you love to do. Because when times get hard, and they are going to get hard, they
yes,
are going to get hard, regardless of the fact. What do you love to do is going to keep pushing you. What do you
mm-hmm,
love to do is going to keep inspiring you. Like, okay,
mm-hmm.
boom, I'm doing this, I'm doing podcasts, I'm speaking to people, and you know, you seen first off, bro. When I started, bro, I'm like, I was all
You was getting
discombobulated,
it.
trying
You
to
was
figure out
getting together. You
everything.
was figuring it out.
Bro, now like you said, I put multiple a whole bunch of time in this into the podcast, into social media, into real estate. But and I tell people as you're starting your journey, it's not about the money. The
Mm-mm.
money, okay, if you really want to be technical, we need money to survive.
Yeah.
Okay, we do. Thank you, Einstein. But that's not the point.
Mm-hmm.
The point is, if you don't love what you're doing, I guarantee, because you gonna have days when you ain't got no money. You gonna
Mm-hmm.
have days to where everything that you're doing is not doing right. It's not going right.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you're able to keep going, to keep pushing, see the end result, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot more better because just like you said earlier, it's about the passion. I like the analogy that you use with the seller, man. A lot of people don't know how to adapt and overcome when it's time to adapt and overcome because we're
Mm-hmm.
so content with life. We're so content with our current situation. Why do we need to do that? Why do we need to worry about things going wrong and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Things not gonna always be smooth and selling, like you said.
Yeah.
And you need these hardships because a couple of weeks ago, I was depressed.
Mm-hmm.
I was depressed, and the reason I'm depressed because it's a lot going on. I'm transiting out the military. Me and my lady ain't doing so good, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it comes with life. It comes
Mm-hmm.
with life. But I needed to go through that in order to say, this is what's wrong with me. This is what's wrong with me, and I know what's wrong with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I know. And it got to the point to where, all right, boom, I'm depressed, man. I don't feel like talking to nobody. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm still making videos, but the video is just a cover up. You don't know what I'm actually going through. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? And that's what I like, bro. I like the pain that you're speaking from, because that's what it is. You're speaking from pain and experience,
Mm-hmm.
and bro, that's the main important thing, man, right there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I tell you one thing. To kind of just pinpoint on as a comment you just said about like not making any money.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I do want to kind of clarify is that when entrepreneurs or business people refer to like not having any money with the business is concerned, people don't realize that when you're saying that, you're saying that, yeah, I might not have I don't have the money as far as I'm not personally making money off of this right now
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because the money is going back into the business. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes,
I have
sir.
to break that down for people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because people will hear that and just be like, "Oh, okay, I'm not gonna make any money." You are technically making money But if you doing the right thing, which is trying to grow your business, you have to put that money back into your business. So there's going to be times where you're not going to pay yourself a salary.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Out of your business. Like it's been, shoot, I ain't gonna ever probably recuperate. Well, I say I will recuperate the money
Yeah.
back. Here, I will. I ain't gonna say I won't. But there's a lot of money that I put into this business. You know what I'm saying? And like, I wasn't thinking like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, this and that. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
counting it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to do what I had to do to get myself started. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is, man. I tell you another thing that really opened my eyes when I first started, because I had the same mindset as you. It's like, all right, man, I'm about to start this business, man, and I'm gonna run it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got people that support me, man, and
Yup.
somebody they gonna purchase and da 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 da. And
You
you
got
know,
getting
I'm
your
ready.
head and confidence up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
ready. You
Yup.
know, let me get it. And then you know what I'm saying? Like a couple months went by. Then maybe a year went by. I was like, God dang, man, like, where all those people at that was talking about they was, you know what I'm saying, what's up? Like, what's going on? Is my product not good?
Yep.
What's happening? And I ain't gonna ever forget, man. I had a conversation with a coworker of mine.
What year is this? I'm gonna interrupt you. What year is this?
This was when I went to Dallas and I was managing the suit store.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was 2016, 17.
Okay.
Started business in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still trying to figure out what the heck is going on. 2016.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm having a conversation with her, and I'm just kind of expressing my frustration and venting to her about my business and what's going on. And she stopped me and she said, "How old is your business?" And I said, "I started it like in 2013." And she was like, "Your business is like 3.5 years old." She like, "When do babies start walking?"
That's a good analogy.
I was like, "Okay." She like, "Yo, you should like your business is a child."
Mm.
She like, "You're like you can't expect to be 2, 3 years old talking about you gonna make $1 million." Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Unless you have some type of, you know what I'm saying, investor that has, like, now that I'm this many years in the game, now I know what it is that you need. Like,
Yep.
if I needed to build a blueprint for someone to succeed in 2 or 3 years and had unlimited access to these things, then you could actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to start where you are. And you don't have $1 million investor. You
Yep.
don't have a marketing team.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have anybody that's controlling your social media. You don't
Mm-hmm.
at this point, at that point in 2016, you don't have anybody that's manufacturing your clothes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You talking about you should be making this much money.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Like, why should you be making that? You know what I'm
You
saying? So
know.
I'm like, wow, like that make a lot of sense. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
then that at that moment, that's when I really truly was like, I gotta embrace this. Like, this is gonna be a journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is gonna be a journey. I need to embrace this and just go to work. And like ever since then, man, I pretty much have had my head down. Like,
Running. Running. Wall like the wall. You feel me?
yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, just what? Like, it's been moments, man, where like friends of mine have had to like we sitting down talking and stuff like that, and they were like, "Bro, like, do you realize like how far your business has come?"
Like,
But like when you're in the race, you don't really see yourself performing
mm-hmm.
until people take pictures.
You
You know what I'm
speak
saying?
today.
When you really in the like, shoot, I'm pretty sure if you ask Bo, the fastest man in the freaking world, do he see himself when he's running in an actual race? I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure he's aware. of like his opponents and where they are and where he is, but he can't actually see himself like, you know what I'm saying, like you know what I'm saying, like he's performing.
You
You know
dialed
what
in.
I'm saying? Like he ain't, you know what I'm saying? He don't think about that until after, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then kind of probably replays it in his head, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. But like, I was like, man, that's crazy because like, he was like, man, you started from bow ties, man. He's like, now you literally can outfit someone from custom shoes to their clothes to their shirts, whatever they want to wear, they whole complete outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all yours. Indeed, Regine.
And
I was, dang.
it opened your mind up. It opened
Yeah,
your mind on what all you done been through. That's
yeah,
why, like, when people start a journey, when people want to do things, well, I'm gonna give you a promise. When people come and be like, man, how can I start making posting content or start making content? Like, just do it. I said, you're not gonna be perfect. I said, man,
mm-hmm.
what thing that I learned when I started off, I started cooking, bro. I don't like cooking. But I started my YouTube cooking. And so what I came to realize, I was like, I don't like cooking because every time I'm hungry, I don't want to make a video. So I'm not gonna do it. So I
Yeah,
stopped. So I was doing real estate, but I wasn't doing real estate as intense. You feel me? So
mm-hmm.
it took me 16 months just to close my first deal. My first deal, my partner, Dylan Brown, back in Arkansas, his second. But the fact that I was like inconsistent with the process, I didn't know what I was doing because I was trying to do everything by myself. I
Yeah,
was trying to do everything by myself, and it's the simple fact that I'm like, dang, he's closing deals, she's closing deals, he's closing deals, she's closing deals. I got in the mindset of comparing myself to other people, not even doing the process, not even doing a little work, not even putting a little time in it. And that's what's so misconstrued about success because you see today. You see how comfortable I am today. You can see how many people, the suits I created today.
yeah,
What about the days that I wanted to quit? What about them
yeah,
days that I was like, that I didn't have no type of motivation? But
mm-hmm.
you don't see that. You don't see that. You just think it's all Wendy and Danny. That's like a smooth sailing. No, it's like a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
As you're descending, you're building yourself up to ascend. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And it takes
Absolutely,
time.
absolutely,
And it takes time to actually get to the build that confidence of like, okay, boom, it's gonna go down.
yeah,
But when it go down, I have the confidence within myself to say it's going to go back up.
mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about life. That's the thing about success. That's the thing about the journey. It teaches you so much about yourself that you
Mm-hmm.
never thought you would know.
That's real. That's
What,
real. It
what,
most definitely do, man, because it's a very it brings out a lot of emotion,
mm-hmm.
and it's very you are very vulnerable when you're a creator. It
Yep.
don't matter what it is that you're creating,
Mm-hmm.
but you're because that is your thought process and what's in your head, and you're putting that out for other people to judge.
Yep.
And we have social media, so people ain't got no filters. They don't give a damn.
Mm-mm.
They'll say whatever and how they want. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody got an opinion and they don't give a care. You know what I'm saying? And like that's just what it is. Um, but I'd say another thing, man, to kind of expound on what you said about seeing other people's success and trying to compare and things like that. I think that's something that a lot of young entrepreneurs struggle with,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're ambitious
Mm-hmm.
and you can like I am a futuristic person. So what I mean by that is I can see finished products.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can look at this piece of fabric. I can look at this piece of fabric or these fabrics,
Mm-hmm.
and I can see in my head what this coat is gonna look like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I can just by looking at this piece of fabric, I can tell you what this coat is gonna look like, and I can start sketching that coat out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so when it comes to that type of stuff, man, you have to have blinders on.
Yeah.
And like for instance, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with horse racing or
Yeah.
seen
Well,
horse.
I'm not deaf me, but I seen it. Yeah.
You've seen horse racing.
Mm-hmm.
And are you familiar with the gear that the horse wears on their face?
Yeah, they got like blinders on their eyes. So yeah,
Blinders
yeah,
are
yeah.
right. It's like these things that go right here. Those are called blinders, and
Mm-hmm.
they got those there so they can't pay attention to the other horses on the side. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to have. You know what I'm saying? As an entrepreneur, man, you can't. It's okay to draw motivation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And deference to
Mm-hmm.
other people that's in your field, because you're gonna need that to help drive you. You know what I'm saying? And things like
Mm-hmm.
that. But you shouldn't compare.
Yeah.
I understand now why a lot of musicians, they don't really listen to a lot of other musicians like that. Like I can remember like Lil Wayne. Somebody was talking to Lil Wayne about who he listened to as far as rap. And he was
Mm-hmm.
like, Lil Wayne. Like, what do you mean?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I don't listen to nobody. I listen to myself. Because what he meant by that is like, what in a cocky way, like I'm the, you know what I'm saying, I'm the best, which shoot, he feels that way and he got every right, you know what I'm saying? But it's more or less that he's perfecting his craft. That's why he doesn't listen to anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's listening to himself and then he's critiquing himself. How could have said that better?
Mm-hmm.
What could I could have made a certain noise, right? Like I watched some documentaries of Lil Wayne, bro, and like the details that goes into his songs, like I've seen him literally have a song all pretty much already finished. It was really done, and then
Mm-hmm.
he went back in the studio just to make a noise, like just an ad lib, because you know what I'm
And
saying. It was missing something. Like I need this. Like it just need to have this extra, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
attention
I'm
to
like
detail.
details. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like I can see. You know what I'm saying? Why he won't listen to himself.
Mm-hmm.
But man, like that's what it is about being creative, man. You gotta be engulfed in it, man. You gotta have this insane, crazy work ethic, man, about it.
And I agree with what you just said, with everything that you said, and the fact that you can see a design, picture in your mind. All right, boom, I'm about to go ahead and sketch it. Everybody see that today. But what like I keep saying, what everybody don't see, when you first started, when you looked at the fabric, you didn't know what design was coming from. You didn't
Mm-hmm.
know, okay, how can I create this and actually make it from, like, fit this person? Or
Mm-hmm.
I cannot, what are the small steps? What are the small details?
Mm-hmm.
That type of confidence comes over time. You've been
Yeah.
doing it since 2013, 2020, 9 years.
Yeah.
9 years. And people think just because you're successful today, they forget
Mm-hmm.
about the journey. They forget
Yeah.
about year 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
when you didn't have this attention to detail, when you
Mm-hmm.
wasn't as confident as you are. Because you said your
Mm-hmm.
pop said hard work just build confidence.
Yeah.
Hard work build confidence, and it's building confidence as you start believing in yourself. Start
Mm-hmm.
believing in the things that you're doing. Because me, for example, me, as I'm speaking to people, I found my purpose. I found my what I'm anointed to do. It's
Mm-hmm.
to communicate with people. It's to show people that you matter as much as anybody else matter. It's to
Absolutely.
it's to help you solve your problem without even forcing you to even solve it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm more intellectual to understand. Okay, you're going through something, but why are you going through it?
Uh-huh.
Because of a certain situation I'm going at home. Okay, how you doing mentally? How are you doing? You feel me? I want to know how you doing, because a lot of people don't ask how are you doing.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give you a prime example. So I had spoke to my sister Tamara yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's got well, congratulations. She's got two new titles on top of her first one that she already had. It was I'm probably gonna butcher it, but it was executive director, financial chief operator, and then something else. I can't remember the last one.
Yeah.
But I called her. I was like, congratulations on that. I called her about all three titles. I said, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Because I mean, yes, success is good, and you deserve everything that you just accomplished. But how are you feeling? How are you doing mentally? Because
Mm-hmm.
I care about the things that's not being shown. You feel me? Because you
That's
can learn
real.
more. You said what now?
I said that's real because a lot of people don't understand, like again, the work ethic and what you're doing to achieve that goal. There's sacrifices that you're having to make.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see a lot of successful. I ain't gonna say a lot. but you have seen people in the past and present that are very very successful,
Mm-hmm.
and they commit suicide.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And they're successful. So
Mm-hmm.
a person is like, well, they're successful. They got all this money and they're able to do all this and do that. Why would they kill themselves? Because I ain't gonna say because there's no reason why anyone should take their lives. But there's a mental health and a stress level that goes with being successful.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's important that we have things like this
Mm-hmm.
where you can go on and you can talk and you can relieve release things that's in your head and talk things out, so therefore you can be okay mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Like mental health is important. You know what I'm saying? Like mental health is actually the success. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
having your mental health together, man. Like I remember visiting my pop's old town, man, and we had went by this some people that he had grew up with, and went by their house, and we were talking. And one thing that she kept saying was, "It's the good thing is that um, I got my sound mind." She like, I might not have all the riches, I might not have this, I might not have that, but she
Mm-hmm.
said, I have my sound mind.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important, man. Like that's the true success.
Mm-hmm.
Is that she's at an age where things start to dwindle. You know what I'm saying? And like she has a sound mind to where she can consciously think. You know what I'm saying? She can do things what she needs to do. And like that's important.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. And then and it's crazy that you said that. So mental health is always overlooked. Mental health is something that is really not really embraced because one, we don't know how to. Two,
Mm-hmm.
we once we get depressed, how are we supposed to get out of a situation to where we're so ingrained within ourselves? We're so isolated by ourselves. How are we supposed to get out of this situation? Because
Mm-hmm.
I started a series on social media. So it's like different steps on how to get out of depression.
Uh-huh.
First, you need to accept it. You need to accept what's going on with you. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
don't accept it, you're gonna be like, bro, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, no, no. Accept what's wrong with you. Say out loud, I am depressed.
Yeah.
I am depressed. I can't remember all of them verbatim, but and it's just so. And I'm just speaking from my experience because I know I learned how to overcome it.
Uh-huh.
Not just me, just with the right people, the right conversations. As you're going through things, you're not the only one going through it.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a lot to be vulnerable because you said something about vulnerability.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to be, it takes a lot to say, this is what's wrong with me. This is why. Because
Uh-huh.
a lot of people are so prideful, so egotistical that we don't even say it. We don't even like build a company and say, all right, Oliver, man, listen, bro, I done lost so much money, bro. I done lost so much money. Because I think you gonna judge me. I think you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
judge me. But in reality, what's really about to happen, there's about to be a connection and be like, hey, bro, it comes with the journey. It
Like,
comes
bro,
with the journey.
I lost somebody too.
Me too. You feel me? And
Man.
that's where that connection and that understanding, like, damn, like it's okay not to be okay because somebody that dealt with this before.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And I mean, it's not just about a money thing, it's about a life thing in general,
Yeah.
but just that aspect, you just related to me without you just related to me like that. You feel me?
Yeah. That's real.
And
And
that,
I'm gonna tell you something else, man, to take it to another level is
yes, sir.
not only do you have to accept the fact that what's going on, like what pushes you or helps to push you to that next level is to know that, bro, I know that God takes care of me. Like I know.
Hmm.
Like he cold, bro.
Man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm telling you, man, like that is what has also helped me through my journey when like when I have these obstacles that come. It used to be the obstacle would come and I'd be like, dang,
Here go another one.
here goes something
Here
else.
go another.
What the hell am I gonna do? Like, how am I gonna get this done? And as I'm complaining about it, God over there
Showing your way.
putting stuff
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
The deadline come. 2 days before the deadline. I'm like, where this come from? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, is that's how it go. You know what I'm saying? And like, and I think that it goes that way because you're not supposed to really be worried about that.
Yeah.
Like, if something is out of your control, what can you do?
Mm-hmm.
Not a damn thing.
No, no.
So if it's out of your control, then why are you worrying about it? The only thing that you can do is look for a solution.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can spend your energy on trying to find a solution to
Mm-hmm.
what the issue is or whatever the situation is, but trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, fix that specific like, if that situation is out of your control, there's nothing you can do about that situation. Find something else and try to
It's,
do something else.
it
You know what I'm
is what
saying?
it is. You
It
feel
is
me?
what it is.
Yeah.
So that's also helped me, you know what I'm saying? There's knowing that God got me, man, and he comes through every single time, never fails.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that when certain things happen, good or bad, it's a reason.
Yep.
And we might think at that moment that it's bad,
Yep.
but it might not actually be bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
only
Like,
bad because we don't understand it.
it's
You
because
feel
you
me?
don't understand what's going on yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
God,
That's what, and God already knows. That's why
yes, sir.
you know what I'm saying? That's why you just gotta that's the only person I'm following blind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't just
Mm-hmm.
follow people just because they want me to follow them. But God, I follow whatever he want me to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
And,
saying? Because it's always put me in the right place.
and that goes back to say, so God, but like you said, God be working in marvelous ways. God is there with us in regardless in all aspects of life, but we
Uh-huh.
often forget that because when times are hard, we don't see what's happening around us. We don't see we're becoming more in tune with the situation, so we can learn how to become adaptive. Like you said earlier, Lil Wayne, he the song was done. He went back in and added that one little ad lib, right? It's the same thing with life. The same thing with our situations is that as we're dealing with things that come out the blue, God is teaching us to become more adaptive to our current situation, to our
Yes.
current life, to our current environment. Because if we're not comfortable with ourselves, things will never be fixed. There will never be a solution because a solution will always be overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's so important to say that as you're going along this journey, as you're doing what you want to do, don't forget about God.
You
Don't
ain't never
forget about
lying.
God because God gonna show you what you need to do, what you
That's
need to
real.
go through, who you need to become.
That's real. Because I mean, like, just like this situation, man, with this, I'll tell you about the program that I'm in Northwest Arkansas, man, with this
Mhm.
with fashion stuff. And man, I was asking God, and I was like, man, I need to level up. Like, I know that like I'm doing good. I'm in the right trajectory right now. I'm getting clients. I'm obtaining clients. I'm sustaining clients. But
Mhm.
I need to get better. Like, I'm missing. There's some aspects of my business that I need because I've gotten where I am now about trial and error.
Mhm.
Like, I didn't go to fashion school, like to an actual school and get a fashion degree.
Mhm.
Like, there's a difference between going to a fashion design school for a year and a half, or going to Paris or going to University of Arkansas and getting a degree in fashion design and a minor in marketing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the people that's in my class right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's two different things.
Yep.
So like, I was asking God, like, man, I need something to where I can get that type of knowledge. I need the book knowledge of this. Bro, I was just asking for the book knowledge.
Yep.
I wasn't asking for a seminar that's gonna be until August. And I got people coming from Italy and people coming from New York and professors and all. Bruh, that's the one thing about God that's so cold. Is like, I'm thinking small.
Yep.
Like, he like, bruh, he like, you talking about you just need some book knowledge. I got something for you. Like,
Yeah.
it's more knowledge than I even need. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And it's like, and it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? When you just have the right energy,
That's
going to the right direction. Like that's what's so cold about. Like I used to always wonder, because I'm a big music person,
mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna say that I'm a talent scout and nothing like that. Ain't no A&R, but I know music. I know good music, and I would see some of these artists, and I'd be like, how in the heck is this person an artist?
mm-hmm.
Like, how are they successful? But the reason that they're successful is because they continue doing it, and they knew that that's all that they wanted to do. And
Mm-hmm.
when you do things like that, the energy just makes way, and the universe just makes way for you.
Bro,
Because that's where your energy is. My energy is nothing but fashion design.
yes, sir.
So that's why everything that's coming into my life pertains to that.
Mm-hmm.
The people that I'm meeting, the opportunities that I'm getting, it's all pertaining to that because
Mm-hmm.
that's all I'm focused on. You know what I'm saying? Focused on nothing else besides my actual 9 to 5 job, which is something totally different. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But as far as my life and my trajectory for what I want for myself, that's where the energy is.
Yep. And I'm a big proponent on that, man, because I'm always talking about energy. I'm always talking about energy because God is going to bring us people that needs to be in our lives. I had did a
Yes.
podcast with my sister Tamara. She was like, people going to either be a lesson or a blessing. She's absolutely right. And I had her explain. I was like, what does that mean to you? She was
You
like,
see
it
this
means
podcast with who?
Tamara Banks.
From Tia and Tamara from the sister show.
No, no, no.
Oh.
She from no, no, I ain't up there yet. You feel me? Not yet, not
That boy
yet.
leveled up.
Give me some
Dang.
time. Give me some time. Give me some
Hey man,
time.
I
But
was
no,
speaking into existence, man. It's
trying
coming.
to tell you, before when I get done with this podcast, I'm gonna write like my goals and my desired life that I'm in visualizing in my head.
Yeah.
So, but Tamara, she's from Clarendon, Arkansas, though.
Oh,
So we
that's
was
where my
talking,
mom is from.
really, she probably
Yeah, my
know her.
mom from Clarendon.
She probably know a small town.
No, they know each other then. That's
Yep,
crazy. Or no, at
yep.
least know her family. But go ahead, man. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
Oh, no, you good, you good. But then, like, what I came to realize is that when people come into our lives, it's for a particular reason. You feel me? If it's gonna be for a season, or it's gonna be for like for longevity, what are you bringing to the table? What are we bringing to the table? Are we constantly
Mm-hmm.
changing value? Am I constantly giving you things you taking, or are we
Mm-hmm.
exchanging to where I boom, you give me something, I give you something, but it's not about materialistic things. That's not what
Mm-hmm.
it's about. It's about the conversations that we're having in order to develop, in order to grow, in order to
Mm-hmm.
keep learning. Like you said, people is coming to your life, opportunities coming to your life, like it's desired to be. I have that same what you're going through. I'm going through the same thing, but I'm with real estate, with podcasts, and with like everything I'm doing because we're aligned with our purpose. Our purpose is right here in front of us, and we're so determined to make this thing work. People that's around us is have the same purpose, have the same mission. And that right there, that is the most important thing to ever have is to be aligned with your purpose. Because God
Mm-hmm.
gonna bring people in your life that's going to make you better. It's going to make you really open your mind up. Okay, okay, I was here a couple of years ago, a couple of months ago, but I'm trying to get here. So here go the people, he go to resources, he go to knowledge, he go to conventions, he go to networking events.
Yeah. 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 I tell you, man, and it's crazy, man. That to go along with what you said, man, is you have to embrace and know when there is an energy shift.
Mm-hmm.
Like
What is called like
I'm going.
telekinesis.
You say what?
What is called like telekinesis or something like that.
No, definitely not telekinesis. But like more like it's just being more in tune with your surroundings and what's going on and what's coming in and out of your life.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And like, because all of that is energy. Like, people are energy. Like, there's a reason why I feel we have good conversations on this podcast without having to come up with bullet points on exactly what exactly we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
because the energy is there.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to understand as well with everyone else is in your life and situations and jobs and opportunities and things like that. If there's something that's consistent in your life, maybe it's time for that that's being consistent. It might be it's an expiration date
Ooh, talk
because
your talk.
that consistency, whatever that was, it might be time for you to level up to something else.
Yeah.
So you can't get to that next level if you still doing this. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
like man, that it's some things have an expiration date on
I
it.
agree. I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's not a bad thing. It's
It's
not a
not a
bad
bad
thing.
thing. It's a growth thing. You know what I'm
That's
saying? It's a growth thing. You have to grow. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? Like I've watched a documentary, man, many documentaries on Jay Z, man, because like I just love dude, man. I think he's an
Yeah.
incredible person. And of course, documentaries are not always made by people who have the same opinion about that person. So like I've watched some documentaries of people who don't really. I'm not gonna say that they despise him, but I think that they feel a certain type of way about the way that he moved
Yeah.
through his process.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them was kind of say that it was kind of cutthroat that they felt because it was more or less like if we couldn't benefit off of each other or anything like that, then I really didn't want to fool with you.
Yeah.
And the thing is that like when you get to a certain level, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that he has time to sit around and try to play games with you when he got a $55 million deal or something that's waiting on him that he got to strategize to figure out if this gonna be the best move for me? But you trying to debate on this and like what, bro? Like, I ain't got no time to be doing that with you, bro. Like
Yep.
now I can get you to try to pull you where I'm at. Because that's
Mm-hmm.
something that we do a lot of, man. I think that we do as far as our culture is concerned, is that we really want to pull people with us. And
Bro.
it's nothing wrong with that,
Yep.
but you have to understand that you got to pull the right people. Everybody can't go with you. You know
No
what I'm saying? Like I have
bullshit.
certain people that's in my life, man, that I know of, and I might not have never even had a conversation with them about it, but
Yep.
I know that there's certain people that when I get to that level to where I'm hiring more employees and things like that within my company, there are certain people in my life that I trust that I
Yep.
know that they will be great at this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to reach out to those people when that time comes. You know what I'm saying? But everyone is not going to be able to get that call.
I agree.
And
I
it's not personal. Like we can still kick it. Like you want
yep.
to come to Cancun, bro? You want to come to Paris, bro? We can still kick it. But when it comes to this business,
It's a different story.
that's two different stories, man. Business and friendship is two different things, bro.
And if you really want to keep it a buck, friendship is business.
Hey,
You feel me? Hey, you feel, I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. You feel me?
yeah,
And the people that's with you, that's growing with you, it's not gonna be blood. It's
uh-huh,
not gonna be blood because, like you said, we try to bring people along with us. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But
uh-huh.
like you said, we try to pull their weight for the weight that don't want to get pulled.
Exactly.
And it's hard to understand. It's hard to grasp. Like, damn, bro, like I'm getting all this I'm getting all this knowledge. I'm doing all these things, meeting all these people. I want you to do the same thing.
Yeah,
But see, here's the thing. A lot of people is not ready for that. And there's nothing wrong with it. You feel me? But you have to pull people that's willing to get pulled. Like you
yeah,
said. And it goes long, it goes far to say that when we're on the right path, I mean, yes, people, there's like you said, there's nothing personal about it.
yeah.
What do I want to designate my time for? Because this
Mm-hmm.
is what it's all about. It's about energy, time, conversation. Can we grow? Okay, boom, we're about to make this deal. Okay, what we need? What we need? All right, boom, you need X amount of money to put down on a down payment. For real? Cool. Let's go make this money. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
So I seen this podcast with Dame Dash.
Oh yeah.
bro. When I tell you this man's so smart,
He's super smart, bro. Yeah, you probably
bro.
talking about the one I watched, the latest
He had
one,
on all green,
the latest one that he did when he was talking about
bro.
he breaking them businesses and stuff down, or
Yes, sir.
how to do a video, how to make a movie.
Bro. He had
Yeah,
on the green outfit.
yeah.
Man, I was just looking at him. So I'm getting to fashion now. I was just looking at his aesthetics, right? He had on green shoes, white and green socks, green shorts, a white t-shirt, green jacket. His jewelry had green in it. So I'm like, the attention to detail that this man has is incredible. Then another thing I came to realize, in order to make an impact on our community, we have to have money. We have to have status. We have to have a name behind our name, because people not gonna see like, okay, boom, we on the uprise, people not gonna see that. The only thing
Mm-hmm,
they are gonna see is a title, is money, is a
mm-hmm.
certain status, certain quota. You feel me?
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to understand, but that's the world that we live in. That's society. You
yeah.
have to have success in order to help people. I realized that the other day. I said, bro, I want to help so many people, but how can I help people? I have to
Mm-hmm.
help myself first in order to help them, in order to get them a
Exactly.
different lifestyle, or to show them a different lifestyle. Like, okay, boom, I'm here. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many people you think you could be right here today? When I start doing my speaking engagements, bro, I'm engaging with the crowd because I want them to see I'm personable. I'm human, just like everybody else. But
Mm-hmm.
the reason why I'm personable is because I want to show you that you become anything that you put your mind to.
Absolutely.
Yesterday, I had went to Chick-fil-A, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Chick-fil-A got some outstanding customer service regardless of
Absolutely. It is the best.
that. I'm like, everybody. You feel me? And they system, I just be looking at everybody. That system so organized, so organized. And so I'm looking, it was a guy named Ali. I was like, do you skateboard? Because that like the Ali owner how skateboard. I just know
Yeah.
that terminology. I
Uh-huh.
was like, do you skateboard? He was like, no. I was like, what are your dreams and aspirations? He was like, man, I like playing video games. I'm very good at playing video games, but if that don't work out, I'm gonna go to computer science. And I told him, I was like, listen, follow your dreams. He's 16 years old. I said, follow your dreams. I said, people gonna tell you something that you should do, and then not gonna even do it. I said, it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be bumpy, but the more you're investing your time into yourself, the more you'll be better off. You feel me? Because you're not gonna have no regrets. Like, dang, I listened to so and so because they told me to go to school for computer science. I said, man, if your dream is the game, is playing the game, become the best version of it. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It's not about being what I'm in or doing what I'm doing. It's about doing what you love to do. Now,
Bro,
that's
I
go
am
ahead.
so happy, bro, that you had an opportunity to tell that dude that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you why, man. Because in what he said was he want his aspirations and his dreams was to play video games. I'm gonna be here to tell people and viewers, you can be a millionaire plus playing video games. I
Mm-hmm.
was living in Dallas, Texas, bro. They shut the whole damn city down for the big Olympics, whatever they do for video games.
Yeah, I think
The
I
grand
see that.
the grand prize winner got like 6.7 mil.
How old was he?
Shoot, 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they out here making that money with these video games, man. And the one thing about it is that I'm pretty sure, I'm not gonna say that it's a fact, but I'm pretty sure that when he has conversations with his parents or has conversations with other people that he knows and tells them, hey, I want to play video games for a living, why would you want to do that?
Why?
How are you gonna make money doing that?
Yep.
Because they don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that you had the opportunity. God sent you there to tell that dude that.
Mm-hmm. And I came to realize everything's happened for a particular reason. You feel? I mean, yeah, I got this social. I'm becoming a social media influencer, but it's not about that. I
Yeah,
don't. I'm doing it to bring awareness. You feel me?
yeah.
I'm doing it to make a name for myself. But I treat people with the utmost respect. That,
Uh-huh.
like the statement I made earlier about seeing the true in people. Okay, boom, you want to do this, but how can you do that, man? I got people saying I need to go do this and not do that. You feel me? And I really want to do this because that's my dreams, aspiration. When you're vulnerable and honest with people, people
Uh-huh.
gravitate to you and listen to what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I know everything. Nah, hell no. Don't get it. I don't know everything. I don't know everything, and it's crazy because I had did a podcast with a woman named Nina Simone Jordan.
Uh-huh.
So she was like, I had went to this class, but the people that was in there was looking at me because I'm the teacher. Like, why she's in here? Like she already a teacher. You feel me? I said that's crazy because people think just because you have a certain status, you're supposed to stop learning.
Yeah. I know, right? Is that not the craziest thing?
Yeah,
Like, bro, like if you want to be great at what you're doing, you're never gonna stop learning.
never.
There's always gonna be something new that's gonna level you up. That's gonna, as far as your knowledge is concerned.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's evolution in your profession. Like, I'm pretty sure when you first started, you had no idea about this software.
Hmm.
So you
Wait,
did with what you.
I think I did. I think I did. The string y'all because it was the mastermind class I did. So I think I did. I'm not really for sure though, but I
Uh,
see what you're saying though.
but yeah, like when you first start, man, you don't know every little the ins and outs. You know what I'm saying? As far as how to do whatever it is that you're trying to do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then as you even find that out, there's still other aspects that can make your situation better. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Or make your business better. And you always consistently learning, man. Like
Hmm.
the knowledge that I'm gaining right now, man. Like I feel so more empowered, bro. As far as the confidence of telling people that you are a fashion designer.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And what that entails, and like what my brand represents.
What does it represent?
Huh?
What does it represent?
I mean, so as far as my brand, man, it represents strength. It represents um, never giving up.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It represents elegance. You know what I'm saying? Like the the emotion and confidence switch that I see when I do a fitting on people is amazing.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Even the most, I'm talking about even the most confident guy or the most confident woman that I'm
Hmm.
working with, when they put that cloak, that garment on, it's like they just go to another. It's like they go to another place mentally that quick. You know what I'm saying? And like that is amazing to me that a article of clothing can do that.
Hmm.
It's amazing to me how you might have a person that's kind of slouchy and you put them in a tailored suit and all of a
And they,
sudden,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's like whoa, like but that's what I feel that God put me on this earth to do, man, is to uplift and speak to people through articles of clothing
Yep.
and to give people that extra confidence that they need to proceed through their day. You know what I'm saying? Like Deion Sanders said it best, man. When you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you play good.
Yep.
And when you play good, they pay good.
Mm. 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 And, and it's real, bro. That's real because now, like I said earlier, I'm starting to get into fashion. I'm starting to like pinpoint like what makes the outfit a good outfit. Of course, the confidence within the dresser, but what makes the colors go together? What makes the small details stick out from not being noticed to being noticed? You feel me? So
Uh-huh.
it's always about the small details that a lot of people always often forget about. But
Uh-huh.
I'm paying attention to the small details. I'm paying attention to everything that's going on. Like for
Uh-huh.
instance, with you, so I'm looking at your glasses. You feel? I'm looking at your design in your head, your accessories on your wrist. I'm looking at how everything just go together because it's a smooth transition. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
And that's
Uh-huh.
what fashion and life is all about.
Yeah.
Once you start to understand when you present yourself, how you present yourself is how people gonna approach you,
Mm-hmm.
bro. It's a big mind change because I'll be going to these networking events. I ain't winning in a little minute because I wasn't mentally there. But
Yeah.
when I first started going, I used to wear like jeans, t-shirt, and slide and like shoes and stuff. But then one day I just switched what I was wearing to like slacks, dress shoes, and a button-down shirt. And there's a different approach because my boy Reading showed me. he had a suit on, but people was approaching him different. I mean, yeah, that was engaging me with the conversation, but
Mm-hmm.
as you're looking presentable, as you're looking like you know what you're talking about, quote
Uh-huh.
unquote, people approach you more differently.
Uh-huh.
The conversation you have is more better.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
That's that's the
hmm,
way that it is, man. Like I think that that definitely stands true, especially like in my actual profession, man.
mm-hmm,
As a banker, that's what I do full time. Is
mm-hmm,
I manage a bank, and my presence as far as the attire that I wear and things like that, people don't people don't contemplate who the manager of this place is.
mm-hmm.
It's like they know, oh, that man, I get the compliment all the time, like, man, you're just a very well dressed man. Like, I know you must be running this place up here. You the cleanest person up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Little did I know.
Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that I do that purposeful to be like, I need to dress this way so people will know that I run this place. That's just me. That's just how I dress. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm,
saying? And
mm-hmm.
that's just the correlation that people have mentally with clothing.
Yep.
It shows status. It shows whatever your personality is. Like that's another
Confidence.
reason that I'm even in fashion, bro, is
Yeah.
because I'm really I'm an introvert. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even talk a lot. I talk
Mm-hmm,
doing things like this. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? Like I express myself through my clothes. Like I
mm-hmm,
might like today. I'm really trying to try this piece out to see what the reaction is when people see it. So my
mm-hmm,
office is downtown. So after this, I'm gonna go and have me a drink or something, give me something to eat at one of these bars, not bars, but one of these little places, restaurants that's on downtown, just so I can see how many people gonna stare at me or ask me for my business card or ask me where I got this from. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Because
mm-hmm.
that's how I gauge, you know what I'm saying, my reaction. It's not that I'm gonna physically go and start talking to all these people.
You just,
I'm just, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing. I'm just
yeah.
observing. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Because like that's another part of this infatuation that what I do. People that like that's another part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like who thinks to do that?
Mm-hmm.
But that's how much I love what I do, and I
Yep.
know how important it is how people see the article of clothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically take it out instead of I do my own marketing campaign.
Yep.
It's pretty much what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So I
sir.
mean, like, yeah, man, it get deep, man.
It does. It does. How much time you got? Because we've been on here for like an hour and it's changed. How much time you got left?
How much time do I have left?
Yes, sir.
Man, I got how much time you need, man.
Okay. Okay.
I ain't on no schedule, man.
Bet, bet. We just going. bet,
How
bet.
much time you need, man?
And I like the fact that you said that you go out and just present yourself because that
Uh-huh.
is marketing. Because believe it or not, everything that we do is sales. What are you doing to stand out? What are you doing to look different, to approach people? So everything I'm doing to engage the audience of new people, new followers, new expand my following base. Because believe it or not, bro, I'm gained so many followers over the last couple of months, bro. But it's not about the followers; it's about the awareness that's being brought. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So the more I'm on social media, the more I'm presenting myself, the more people gonna hear. Okay, what is he talking about? What
Mm-hmm.
is he? Who is he talking about? Because they
Yeah.
be talking about some deep stuff. You
Uh-huh.
feel me? But and that's like you said earlier about a script. There's no reason to go by a script because that's not genuine, that's not authentic. Because people gonna relate to vulnerability and the truth.
Yeah.
Once I realized that before I even started all this, I'm like, I ain't gonna go by no script. I don't need no script. I got one segment. Only one segment is called Best for Last. I ask 4 questions before we end, and you have to answer fast and then just explain it fast. But that's the
Okay.
only thing that I have that I do like with everybody. So it just all depends on the person and the conversation that we're having.
Uh-huh.
We talking about growth. We talking about development. We talking about struggling. We talking about the process on along the journey. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? We talking about like real life things that's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
most definitely, man. Most definitely, man. That's stuff that need to be that people need to hear, man. Because like I said, man, like people fall in love, man, with the end result. You
mm-hmm,
know what I'm saying? With the success. But nobody, people want to emulate that, but nobody really wants to emulate the hard work.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? Like I used the analogy earlier. You know what I'm saying about Kobe
mm-hmm.
and when Kobe hitting the 61. You know what I'm saying? But shoot, nobody realized that Kobe Bryant was in the gym that same day, shooting 1,000 shots. Matter
Yep.
of fact, he had two workouts that day
And the game.
and the game.
A
Man,
dog,
I'm
man.
telling you,
Did,
man, it
did,
take a different type of mentality, man, to do this type of stuff, man. Like for real, like it really do.
mm-hmm. And did you see the stat about LeBron getting the first becoming the first NBA active player to get $1 billion?
Yeah, yeah, I did see that, man, and I think that that is a wonderful thing for our culture. I
Mm-hmm,
think that's a wonderful thing for him and his family,
mm-hmm,
and the people that's in his camp. Like I think that's an amazing thing. But I'm glad you asked that or said that comment
mm-hmm,
because one thing that I really try to figure out is why us as a society, why do we have to put our people against each other? And I say that to say this: ever since LeBron James has became, you know, what I'm saying, an active billionaire in his sport,
mm-hmm,
people have been trying to compare what he does versus what Jordan does,
mm-hmm,
and I think that it's unfair um, for the simple fact that first off, they two totally different people, and we live in an age now as far as social media and now that I'm in the business and I'm in and I know how this marketing stuff works now, all that stuff is strategically done. You know what I'm saying? So like it's not by happenstance that you know what I'm saying, like that you see a marketing campaign or you
mm-hmm,
see LeBron James school being publicized on your web page, on your Instagram, or on your,
mm-hmm,
you know what I'm saying, all this stuff is like strategically done in a way to help promote that individual or that company.
mm-hmm.
And not to say that this is a bad thing, it's business. That's how you're supposed to do it. But
That's exactly what we said.
what I'm saying is that just because one person might publicize their gifts or what they do for other people
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that a person who doesn't publicize doesn't do it. Because that's always the flack that you hear is that, well,
Yep.
Michael Jordan don't do nothing for our society or for our culture. I'm like, he don't do nothing but just he just got these shoes. That's the only thing that he got. Well, the first thing is that Jordan ain't. I haven't seen Jordan yet put a gun to somebody's head and told them to go buy his shoes. Have you?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't seen nothing like that. So he ain't forcing people. He ain't forcing people to buy his shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. And then the next thing is that there has been several situations that I have read myself by uh, credible websites or magazines or whatever that have talked about the philanthropy of Michael Jordan
Mm.
and the money that he's given and the collaboration that he did with Kaepernick and you know what I'm saying, all that different type of stuff. Nobody talks about that. But you do hear things where where you will see I remember where they were saying that Michael Jordan was putting money into a prison.
Mm-hmm. I think I seen that one. I
You
think I
remember
read.
that?
Well, I can't remember exactly when.
But the real thing was that yes, there was a gentleman named Michael Jordan that was putting money into a prison, but it wasn't Michael Jordan, the basketball player. It was
Mm-hmm.
some white man named Michael Jordan. But if nobody does the research and look at that, then you know what I'm saying, nobody's gonna know. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You're just gonna go off of what you hear or clickbait and different stuff like that. But
Right.
I just think, man, just us as a culture, man, we need to stop doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's greatness in all of us. You know what I'm saying? Like why do we always have to compete? You know what I'm saying? Like bro, like there's enough games out here for us to compete.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough competitions out here for us to compete. But life, bro, like we supposed to be on the same team.
Yeah.
You know
Like
what I'm saying?
there's no reason, you feel me? And just to go off what you said earlier about, you said that, dang, I just had this thought, it was a good one about the collaboration,
Uh,
about collaboration. A lot of people, well, not about collaboration, I'm sorry, about Michael Jordan and his successes behind the scenes.
yeah.
They go back to the topic on what we said earlier, what I said earlier about people see today. They don't see what Jordan doing. They don't read about what Jordan doing because Jordan don't publicize that, which
Uh-huh.
is okay.
Yeah.
There's not no problem with it. But
Uh-huh.
we only know things on the outside looking in, which
Yeah.
gives society a reason to judge.
Uh-huh.
And as far as collaboration, bro, we can make tons of money out here together.
Exactly.
Why do you want to be so selfish? Why do you want to be so iffy towards each other? Like that don't make no sense.
Like I think that we're the only culture, bro, that if we have at least, let's just say, if we have two people from our culture that's at the top of whatever it is, we gonna compare them,
Yep.
and then not only are we gonna compare, but we don't even have a like I'm not gonna say genuine, but a what's a good word for it? I would say like we don't have compassion
Mm,
for the for the other half of your debate.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that that I try to have when I'm having a conversation with anyone. If we're having a debate and I don't agree with what you're saying, I can still respect what you're saying.
I can respect your opinion.
I can respect
Yeah.
your opinion but not agree with it. I don't have to disrespect you to make my opinion greater.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we do that a lot is that like let's say you got yourself with your podcast, there's another gentleman that got a podcast. Well,
Well,
I'm gonna do this dude his podcast better because such and such and the other podcast, man, he ain't doing nothing, man. He ain't got nothing going on, man. He ain't been grinding like he been doing it, and he ain't been doing this. It started with like first off, how do you know what he has and what he ain't been doing, and why
well,
does that matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we have to do that? Like, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all on this journey, bro, together. You know
mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And like, the more that we assist each other and help each other, the better we're gonna be as a culture, bro. And the more we gonna go up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got no problem, man, lending a hand
Mm-hmm.
to people, man. As far as just getting into entrepreneurship, man, I have people all the time that reach out to me and that I talk to and stuff like that that are entrepreneurs or looking into getting into the business or making a business or whatever the case might be. You know what I'm saying? And like it's we have to have dialogue like that, man. Like what else are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna sit here and talk to you about the NBA finals all day.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, well, I will probably make some money off of it if I bet on it. But you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Jason Tatum ain't paying me no salary.
Bro.
You
I
know?
just told somebody that. I just told somebody this shit. I was like, man, I mean, yeah, NBA cool, but man, these motherfuckers already living their damn dream. They already
Exactly.
getting
They
paid.
living their dream. They
Go.
sure they living their dream, man. So like, it ain't nothing against them. But what I'm saying is that like that shouldn't be our only conversation. Is that we just sit here talking about NBA finals or whatever like that. Like, what about the progression or like what are you trying to? What are your goals, man? What like have you even did anything to go towards your goal today?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you want to be a master plumber. Like, have you looked up the certifications and what it takes to do that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, have you done anything, any progression? Have you taken any steps?
Yep.
Not saying that you gotta take a marathon or you gotta run 15 miles, but have you taken one step?
Have you started? Have you started? And then
Man,
like because I like the way that, I like what you just said. When people reach out to you, you're more than willing to give them advice. When
Yeah,
people reach out to me, when I hear somebody want to start a podcast or they want to get into real estate, or they want to become a social media influencer, cool. This is what you need to do. My homeboy Malcolm Williams, he was like, man, I've been thinking about starting a podcast, but I don't know when to start. I gave him like 11 steps to follow. I'm like, here. I'm like, bro, whenever you start it, there's no right time to start. Just start.
yeah,
You're not gonna have
definitely.
the perfect setup, the perfect conversation, the perfect timing for anything, because the more you prolong it, the more it's not gonna get done. The more it's like, oh, it's
Hmm.
always gonna be, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do it next week, I'm gonna do it next month. No, this is what you need. All right, boom. So I can't remember like verbatim, but as I'm typing it, she was just coming. Like, this is everything you need. You need a microphone, you need a device you need to record on, you need a ring light, you need to have a brand and what it means, what it stands for. You need to know these small things, so that way when somebody asks you, what does your brand mean? What does it represent? This what it means. This is what
Hmm.
it represents.
Yeah,
This is why I want you to come on, because you're pursuing your dream. Hell, just like I approached you the first time. That was the episode our first time. I approached you. I was like, man, I like what you're doing. I seen Little Rock, Arkansas.
yeah,
In Little Rock, Arkansas. I said, I like what you're doing. You're pursuing your dream, man. We gotta do a podcast.
yeah.
Gotta do a podcast. So a lot of people from Little Rock, Arkansas, it's not gonna see you can be successful doing anything you put your mind to.
Hmm.
It's not about where we're from, it's about where we're going.
Absolutely, absolutely, bro. Like
Hmm.
we have to see more of us, man, in these different aspects, man. Like we are not just entertainers and sports athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're podcast people, we're influencers, we're designers, we're doctors, we're archaeologists. Like we're, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Like
More.
we are a list of things, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, and like the more that we're able to put that out for people to see, um, then the better off that we're gonna be. As far as our culture is concerned, man. Like I was telling a friend of mine the other day, that we was having a conversation about just like appearance, and then we started talking about my hair, and she made a comment, was like, you know, your actual appearance doesn't look like a person who wears custom suits, and like that's what kind of makes it really dope what you do. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, you know, I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because my
Mm-hmm.
hair hasn't always been this long. Like I used to have short hair like yours, wore waves. That's all I did for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And one day, man, I just had this epiphany, and I was like, man, I want to grow my hair out. Like, I want to do it because it was a few things. Like, I wanted to just change up some stuff, energy shift. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
was turning 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to change some things up. Also, I had this thing with patience. I didn't have a lot of patience,
Mm-hmm.
and growing your hair out, you don't have any choice but to be patient. Now I could go and get extensions or whatever like that when it got to a length and make it longer, and I could do that. But to truly have a process of growing your hair out, you have to have patience, bro.
You do.
And there's gonna be some times where your hair don't look like the way you want it to look, because it's going through a growth stage. You know what I'm saying? You have to train your hair to do a certain thing. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that type of stuff. So like that was a part of you know what I'm saying? It's to get like that more in tune with myself as far as my patience is concerned. And it really helped. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and then the other aspect was, and it actually happened and came to fruition, was I knew what profession that I'm in, which is managing a bank. And there's not many people that look like me that manage banks.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm in my office and I have a customer that comes in with her son with dreads in his head, and he's 7 years old, and he's sitting in the office with his mother opening a checking account and savings account, and the
Mm-hmm.
guy that's across the desk has hair just like him. So he can look across that desk and be like, I can do that.
Subconsciously.
That guy looks just like me. Like that's what I want to give, or part of what I want to give to this world is little black boys that have aspirations to do other things. Like you can go somewhere, you can go to a bank, and you can see that there's a black guy behind the desk that's managing that place, and he has twists in his head, but he still got a nice suit on, looks presentable. He knows how to talk. He can handle his business, and you can do this too.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to cut your hair to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can be a very intelligent, smart black man and have long hair. It's a shame that I had to even make that statement.
Mm-hmm.
You
But
know,
that statement needed to be made though, because
but
like you said, subconsciously now he's going to start thinking, okay, I want to become a banker. He probably not. He probably didn't read the name tape.
yeah,
I'm gonna ask him why a banker.
uh-huh.
I just want to be a banker. Subconscious that's why like everything that we go through, there's a reason, because it's not for us, it's for
Uh-huh.
everybody that we come encounter with. We have to go through these, go get in these rooms, go through these conversations, go through life, go through these bad experiences, good experience, so we can help the next person, so we can show the next person what you can become. This
Yeah,
is why you're becoming this person. This is who I am, because you can become him.
absolutely,
You become this person. you can
exactly.
you can grow to actually learn, why the fuck do I want to be a banker?
Hmm.
Oh, when I was 7 years old, I seen that gentleman look just like me.
Yeah,
Subconsciously, everything we doing.
absolutely.
That's why
Representation is everything, bro.
it is.
Like it is everything, man. Like I can remember when I first started on my journey being a fashion designer and getting into suits and stuff. Like off top, man, like all the designers that I knew about and that I liked, none of them were black,
Yep.
and over half of them were women.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, bro, I like doing this, but I need to find somebody that look like me. Like I need to have that type of, I need that connection, that representation to help me. You know what I'm saying? To get, you know what I'm saying, to push through this. And I found somebody, Oswald Botain is a designer, man. There's a bespoke, and he specializes in bespoke suits. Matter of fact, he is the guy that is behind the Black Panther suits. So the movie Black Panther, all those suits that you saw, them different colors and all that stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
he did those.
Mm-hmm.
The Kendrick
Mm-hmm.
Lamar video, that song,
Mm-hmm.
that the video that came out around that time, the correlation to that movie, he did the suits and stuff for that video.
That's crazy. And now you got close access to him.
No, I don't. I wish I
Oh,
did.
not yet, not yet,
I
not yet.
wish.
We
Hey,
speaking
not.
that.
Hey,
We speaking that
yeah,
to existence.
yeah. Not yet. I will.
We
I
speaking
will
that to
one day.
existence.
But yeah, man. Like, but as far as the representation is concerned, man, like representation needs to be there. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, we need to be able to do things and go to doctors' offices or go to your whatever office or place or profession and be able to see people that look like us.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree, man. Oliver, this mail been fantastic. I ain't gonna lie, man. I
Bro, I
got I
appreciate
gotta go
it.
to the open house later on today. So
Yeah,
before we close, man, do you have any closing remarks?
man. My closing remarks are pretty much the same as like every time somebody asks me about closing remarks, man, because I just feel like it's it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? As far as life and its journey, as far as being an entrepreneur, but it might be cliche, man, but it's real. But it's, man, just don't give up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't give up. Don't give up, and don't let people put their fears on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let people put their fears on you, man. Don't give up. Embrace the challenge. Embrace the journey. Because at the end of the day, what I have realized and what I have told myself to kind of like psych myself, I ain't gonna say psych myself out, but to put me in another place mentally, I always tell myself,
Sure.
Oliver, you writing a cold ass book. Because
I
one
can't.
day somebody gonna want to sit down with me and know, like, how did you get to this? And I'm gonna have a cold ass story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And you
Yes,
gotta
sir.
embrace that. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? You gotta embrace the know that, like, man, I'm writing a story. Do you want your story to be boring?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You want people to read it. You want
Yeah.
people to relate to it. You know what I'm saying? You want people to be like, dang, I felt like that, man. I had gave up too. But he kept going.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you that it, we need that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like to you, man, like just keep doing what you're doing, man. Like keep spreading this positive energy, man, that you're doing, man, amongst the world, man, through podcasts, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. As far as this real estate, man, I know that this. I got friends that's in real estate, bro. I know how it is. You know what I'm saying? So man, like just
Mm-hmm.
keep your head up, man. With that, man, and the consistency is gonna get there.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? Like it's gonna get there just like with anything else that we doing, you know what I'm saying, that we're striving to be great at. Man, but keep God first. Because man, without him, man, like it ain't nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
That's just 100. You
I
know,
agree.
and keep God first, man. Keep your mind open, and embrace the challenge, man. Embrace the journey, man, and be great. Do something great today. It don't have to
And
be large. It don't have to be big. It can be small, but just do something great, man.
and bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I really appreciate those words, man, because we in this together, man. We
Yeah,
grinding together, we learning together, we growing together because it's not about us, like you said and I said, it's not about us. It's the and then like if you really want to keep it a book, you're already being becoming influential to the people that want to start a fashion, that want to start their journey. But how do they do that? I'm gonna go to Oliver Page. I'm gonna go watch him subconsciously and see what he's doing. You
uh-huh,
already doing it. People's already reading your story, learn about your story. You feel me? So
uh-huh.
before we end, so the last segment, so I got it's called Best for Last. Best for
Okay,
Last. So I'm gonna ask 4 questions and answer them with a quick explanation. All
okay.
right. First question: how do you keep your composure?
How do I keep my composure?
Yes, sir.
Meditation,
Okay. Ooh, I
meditation,
love that. Yeah.
meditation, and then also what I have learned is I used to be a quick responder,
Mm-hmm.
especially to BS,
Mm-hmm.
and I have learned to internalize before I speak
Mm.
because sometimes it's not what you say, is how you say
How
it.
you say it?
And I'm such a passionate person sometimes, and I can say things and it has the wrong undertone or passion behind it. And I need to
Mm-hmm.
just take a breath and then just say what I need to say,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And that has helped.
That's powerful. That is, whoo, we talk about that all day.
Yeah.
Oh, next question. What are you grateful for?
What am I grateful for? Man, I am grateful for this journey. Like, I'm grateful that God has put me in a position to do what I love to do. And also put the right people, the right opportunities, and the right situations in my path to make me successful and to help me be successful. I don't say make me successful because it's
Mm-hmm.
not making me successful, it's helping me to be successful.
I agree.
I'm making me successful by
Mm-hmm.
executing, you
See,
know,
small action, small steps.
man. But I just like that's what I'm thankful for, man. I'm thankful for that. And I'm also just thankful for my family, man, and the people that's in my life that love me and support me in what I'm doing. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because it's not easy doing this, and I'm not an easy person to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You
At
know,
least you're honest. You feel me? At least you're honest.
not an easy person to deal with sometimes, especially when it comes to this to my business, man, and how I feel about my clothes and my designs and what I want to do with my business and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm blessed, man, to have people that's in my corner, that I can have those hard conversations with, that we can have those debates about, and I trust their opinions, and we can make some things happen.
I agree. I agree. I love it. I love it. What do you regret?
What do I regret? Man, I really don't regret nothing, man. Like, I don't think we can't live our life like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like that everything in our life, it happens for a reason. You know, and there's certain things, like I use the phrase energy shift a lot, man, because that's real. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's things that happen in our life that we might feel that we should regret, or things like that, but it's a reason that it's happening.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? It's a shift of energy, and the energy needs to be put somewhere else, or the energy
Mm.
needs to be put in another place, or whatever the case might be.
And the
uh,
right people.
and the right people, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. So, man, I try not to live my life with regret. And then on top of that is, I try to make the best of my opportunities, so I don't even have to think about that. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? If I have an opportunity to do something, then I try to do it. And I also have been better with things that I say that I want to do. I execute them. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, like, if you're gonna say that you're gonna do something, then you gotta go through with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I even got to the point now to where, like, so you know how I know you do, that we do this as people,
Mm-hmm.
but you ever been with your friend or something like that, and they be like, "Hey, yeah, man, you got such and such, his phone number?" I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, man, I text it to you in a few minutes. Or, I need to send you that phone number." Like, why don't you just get your phone right then and send the phone number?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've gotten better with doing that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like, that just goes along with the regret. You know what I'm saying? Not having regret. If you execute and try to get things done in a timely manner, and try to get things done that you say that you're going to do,
Mm-hmm.
then you don't have to worry about regret.
And I love that you're listening to yourself. I love that. I love that because whenever I have a thought, whenever I have a feeling, I'm going to do it. Whatever the outcome is, hey, it is what it is. You feel
Uh-huh.
me?
Exactly. And it's not many things that, and I don't just have diarrhea at the mouth when it comes to things that I want to do. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? I'll just be like, oh, I want to do this. Like, because I know I put so much pressure on myself to execute that I'm not even going to do myself like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I put enough pressure on myself to execute. I don't need to put any more pressure on myself.
I
You know,
agree.
so like, when I say that I'm going to do certain things, there are specific certain things that I say that I'm going to do because I am going to execute those things.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a certain type of energy out of me to do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this, and that's where it is.
And last but not least, what does failure knowledge mean to you?
Say that one more time.
Last but not least, what does failure knowledge mean to you?
What does failure is knowledge? What does that mean to me?
Yes, sir.
What that means to me is that we don't fail. Like, failure is not really real.
Mm.
Failure is actually knowledge. That's what it means to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to be cliche with what actually you just said, but it is what that is. Like, when you're doing things and you're learning, or if you lose, like, perfect example, you got the NBA playoffs that's been going on.
Mm-hmm.
There have been games in the series where one team gets wins by, let's say, 1 or 2 points, or wins by 10, 15 points, and then the next game they get beat by 30. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mm-hmm.
because, like, you have to be able to know that, okay, we lost this game, but now we're gonna go back to the drawing board and we're gonna go watch this film, and we're gonna get knowledge so we can
Mm-hmm.
win this next game.
Mm.
You can't sit there and be like, "Oh, we lost." Like,
I
it
agree.
don't work like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, now that is actual failure. Because and what's crazy about that is that the actual failure wasn't you losing the game.
As you
The
gave up on
failure
yourself.
was that you lost confidence in yourself, and now you don't want to execute to try to win.
Hmm.
That was the failure.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Now, if you lose and you have found a way to win within that, that's how you execute things. Like, I don't feel like I ever lose. Like, I learned something. Like,
Along the
if
way.
you know what I'm saying, if I've lost a person I thought was a friend,
Hmm.
then I must not. It must have been something. You
And
know
it
what I'm
happened.
saying? That
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying that happened. You know what I'm saying, to where like, hey, this not gonna be able to work and rock like this no more. You know what I'm saying? But it's knowledge. You know what I'm saying, that you gained it
Hmm.
on how to maneuver through this life. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, man. Oliver, my brother, man. All right. So before we end, you mind if I pray?
Go ahead.
All right, for sure. So, all right, our Heavenly Father, we come to you, say thank you for everything that you have done for us, Lord. Let us keep being the best version of ourselves, so we can encourage other people to become the best version of themselves. Lord, let us lead by example by doing what we love to do. Give us the strength to become true to ourselves, and Lord, we ask that you give the strength to those that have lost somebody, make them stronger than ever, make them more in tune with the situation and the environment that's going on. Lord, we thank you for everything you've done, the opportunities, and the people that you brought in our lives. Thank you. Love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Yes,
Oliver,
sir.
I love you, man.
Man, love you too, bro, man. I really enjoyed this conversation, man. Like I said, man, continue doing what you're doing, man. Like, bro, you spreading positivity, man, and we need more of it, bro. So keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm gonna keep following you and keep supporting, man.
Yes, sir. And you keep doing what you're doing too, bro. Because man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it for sure. Because bro, and it goes to show we can become anything we put our minds to. We can do
Absolutely.
whatever we want to do. We just gotta believe it. We just gotta have the
Mm-hmm.
right people around us. Just
Yes,
like you support me, I'm supporting you. You feel me? And
absolutely.
it's like a constant growth within each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about individuality. It's about growth,
Mm-hmm.
development, team, family. You feel me? We family without even being blood.
I know, right? That's
Yes,
real.
sir. Yes, sir. My guy, man. Have a great day, bro. I love you, man, and continue to
All
be
right.
great, man.
Hey, do your thing, man. Love you too, bro.
All right, brother. And
Yeah.
everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. We really appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Make sure y'all continue to be the best version of yourselves. Thank y'all and love y'all. See y'all next time.